Today we're going to be taking out the operable part of this old wood window. It's going to be replaced with a vinyl insert, and this will just kind of give you a rundown on how that gets done. You can see we've already replaced the siding out here, and the trim will ultimately get repainted. You can see we've got some head flashing up at the top with end dams. And so basically, you know, the opening's fairly watertight. You know, it's always best if you can take the whole unit out and re-flash the opening. But you know, obviously it's a little less money to put the insert in, and that's what we're going to do with this window here. So Darren is cutting away the paint joint at the interior stop for the window, which will allow him to remove the bottom sash and glass. Once he gets that out, we're gonna cut off the parting bead, which basically will allow us to take out the upper sash and glass, and then we'll be able to put the replacement window in. Darren's got the interior stops pulled out. He's going to cut the cord to the weight, counterbalance weights. And there you go. So the interior stop is out. Sash is out. Now the only thing that's holding in the upper sash is the exterior stop, which we are going to leave, and this, which is called the parting bead, is going to be removed. We'll cut the paint on the outside to allow the sash to be removed, and then we'll have our opening from here to here, which is pretty close to the width of a vinyl frame. So we'll be right back. Okay, so we've cut the paint joints on the inside corner there to allow us to remove the parting bead.
Yeah.
Alright, we got to get the pulleys for the counterweights out of there because they'll be in the way of the new window. So they're just set in, they're not fastened, and they come right out. There you go, there it was. We got to take out all four of them. Here are our replacement windows, single hung mill guard, and really what makes them work for this application is the fact that they do not have nail flanges. So they're made without the nail flanges so they can slip into this existing hole. And now Darren is scraping the inside of the exterior stop so that we can get a good seal with the caulking. Okay, so we have cleaned off the back edge of the exterior stop, so we'll get a clean surface for the caulking that's going to seal the replacement window to the stop, basically form a gasket. We dry fitted the window and taped on a couple of little shims that will get us to the right height when we put the window in and the caulk's in place, because we don't want to have to move the window around a whole bunch after the caulk's in, because it'll just smear caulk everywhere and make a new mess for us to clean up. putting on a fairly fat Vita caulk so that we get good contact with the window. Alright, now we're putting the window in. Gonna slide out the bottom and then tip the top in, setting on the shims that we put in there. Pushing it in.
Oh yeah, nice seal.
Good contact with the caulk. And now we're going to fasten the window. And to fasten it, we're going to screw through the jambs of the window. Put shims behind the jambs so that we don't collapse the frame onto the opening, because the vinyl's fairly flexible and needs pretty solid backing, otherwise it'll bend and warp and the window won't operate very well. One thing to check when you're installing a vinyl window is the reveal at the bottom. Darren, could you show how that's done? Whether it's a slider or a single hung or whatever, any operable window, obviously plumb and level is good, but you want this reveal when it shuts to be nice and even. In this case right now it's not, so we're going to have to make an adjustment when we start fastening it, and we will adjust it by shimming it
Accordingly.
to make this reveal nice and flat and even. Okay, we got the window in. As you can see, we've put a shim behind it so that the vinyl won't bend when we screw it in. And we've got our screw as tight up to the inside of the frame as possible, so that when the window opens and closes, the spring and the hardware there doesn't hit it. And so we put one and screw at the top, screw in the middle, and you can't see that shim, it's already been cut away, and a screw at the bottom. And we'll cut the shims off. We'll reinstall the stops, caulk it, paint it,